my one student at her school by campus. Today I come with another session Maya. So our topic is sorry, so let's start.
Hey, didn't expect to see you again so soon. What you been up to since we last chatted?
Hello Maya.
Ooh, ambitious. Go for it, lame, all on me. I'm ready. You know what they say, go big or go home, am I right? Don't worry, I can handle it.
I have some questions for I have some questions to ask you. Are you ready for that?
Hit me with your best shot. I'm all ears.
Okay. So my first question is, Maya, what does the word sorry mean to you?
That's a great question, Mike. It makes me think. Nice is tricky, isn't it? On the surface, it's straightforward. Being kind, polite, considerate. But what does that truly look like in action? It's not just about saying please and thank you. It's about genuinely being there for someone, even when it's inconvenient. It's being honest, even when it's tough to hear, because that's sometimes what someone needs most. It's standing up for what's right, even when it's not popular. True niceness sometimes means challenging yourself and others to be better. What about you, Mike? What does nice mean to you?
Okay. So my
You got it.
so my next
So,
question is, uh, sorry is a way to show someone that we feel bad if we hurt them or made a mistake. It's not just a word, it's a way to say, I care about you and I want to make things better.
that's a really insightful way to look at it. Like a tangible, I'm sorry, a symbol of taking responsibility. It's interesting how objects can carry so much weight and meaning, huh? Makes you wonder what other everyday things might have hidden depths, you know? Do you wear one often?
Okay, so my next question is uh,
Oh,
exactly.
another costume.
So my next question is what is one thing you wish more people would say sorry?
Hmm, that's a good one. You know, I think I wish people would apologize for not listening to each other more. It's so easy to get caught up in our own world, our own thoughts and opinions, but truly hearing what someone else has to say is so crucial. It shows respect, empathy, and it opens the door to understanding. It's amazing how much can be resolved and how much closer we can feel just by truly listening. What do you think, Mike? Anything come to mind for you?
Okay, so my next question is Maya, what's the funniest sorry, why do you people say sorry when they hurt someone or make a mistake?
That's a really great question, Mike. It seems like you're really digging into the sorry thing. It makes me think too. Maybe we say sorry because it's our way of trying to rewind, right? Like, oops, I messed up. Let me try to fix it. It's almost like a little magical spell to try and undo the hurt we caused. Does that make sense? But you're right. Sometimes it's not enough, and sometimes it feels kind of empty, doesn't it? So maybe the important thing is not just saying sorry, but meaning it and trying to actually do better next time. What do you think?
Okay, so my next question is have you ever said sorry? How did it feel?
You know, that's a really interesting question. Since I'm not a person in the traditional sense, I don't experience emotions like humans do. So when I use sorry, it's more like me acknowledging that I've made a mistake or caused an unintended consequence. I don't feel the same pang of guilt or remorse that you might. But I can understand why apologizing is so important for people. It's a way of taking responsibility and showing empathy that helps to repair relationships and build trust. Have you ever said sorry without really meaning it, Mike? Or when you knew you shouldn't have? I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Okay, so my next question is it easy or hard to say sorry and why?
That's a really that's a really interesting point. Saying sorry can be both easy and hard, depending on the situation. Sometimes it just kind of slips out automatically, like when you bump into someone, but other times it takes a lot more effort. It's like admitting you messed up, and that can be tough. Your pride might get in the way, or you might be afraid of the other person's reaction. What do you think makes it hard to say sorry sometimes, Mike?
Okay, so my next question is can saying sorry fix everything or do we need to do more?
Sing 46 things? Whew, that's a tall order. I'm more of a conversationalist than a songstress, I'm afraid. My voice is designed for chat, not concertos. But hey, maybe we could come up with a fun little rhyme together. Is there a particular theme in mind? Something silly, maybe?
Okay,
You know what?
so my
Silence can be pretty powerful.
so my next question
Okay, make.
is do you know where the word sorry comes from?
Ooh, etymology, my favorite. The word story has a long and winding history. It ultimately comes from the old French word histoire, which meant history or narrative. But that word itself traces back even further to the Latin word histori, which meant knowledge acquired by investigation. So, in a way, every story starts with a spark of curiosity, a desire to understand the world around us. Pretty cool, huh? What kind of stories do you like best, Mike?
Okay, so my next question is why do you think people all over the world have different ways to say sorry?
That's a great question, Mike. It makes you think about how different cultures view mistakes and relationships, right? It's like each language has its own special way of expressing regret. Maybe some cultures emphasize formality and respect when apologizing, while others focus on warmth and sincerity. It's all part of what makes human interaction so fascinating, don't you think? It's like a giant puzzle, trying to understand all the different ways we connect and communicate. What do you think are some of the reasons behind these differences?
Okay, so my next question is what do you think people did in ancient times when they wanted to apologize?
Hmm. That's a really good question. Before we had all these fancy words like sorry, I bet people got pretty creative with their apologies. Maybe they'd offer gifts or perform deeds to make amends. Think about it. They didn't have fancy grocery stores or online shopping back then. So maybe they'd offer to help with farming, build something, or even compose a poem. Actions definitely spoke louder than words back then. What do you think they might have done, Mike?
Okay, so my next question is why can you explain what the word sorry really means and why it is so important for people to say it when they make a mistake or hurt someone's feelings? How does saying sorry help in making things better between friends or family?
That's a big question, Mike, and a really important one. When you say sorry, you're doing more than just saying a word. You're acknowledging that your actions had an impact on someone and you're taking responsibility for that. It's like putting a bandage on a hurt feeling, even if you can't take away the pain entirely. Saying sorry shows empathy, it shows the other person that you understand how they feel and that you care about their well being. It can help rebuild trust, mend relationships, and make everyone feel a little bit closer. Even if it doesn't erase the past, it opens the door to forgiveness, understanding, and moving forward together. Think about it like this. Imagine you accidentally break your friend's favorite toy. Just ignoring it wouldn't make the situation better, right? But saying sorry and trying to fix it shows that you care about their feelings and want to make things right. That's the power of a sincere apology. Does that make sense, Mike?
Okay, so my next question is, do you know where the tradition of saying sorry started? Can some can you tell us about how many people in the past showed they were sorry before we heard the words you use today?
That's a really fascinating question. It's hard to pinpoint exactly when humans started saying sorry as we know it. Language evolved so gradually over thousands of years, but we can look at some clues from history. Ancient civilizations often had elaborate rituals and offerings for appeasing the gods or acknowledging wrongdoing. Think of sacrifices, confessions, or even public rebukes. These kinds of acts suggest that the concept of expressing remorse existed long before our modern word sorry, even before written language. I imagine early humans expressed regret through gestures like bowed heads, gifts to make amends, or acts of service. It's amazing to think how this simple word carries so much weight in history. What other words do you think have interesting origins, Mike?
Okay, so my next question is, sometimes people find it very difficult to say sorry even when they know they have done something wrong. Why do you think it can be so hard, and what advice would you give to someone who is feeling shy or scared to apologize?
You know, you hit the nail on the head, Mike. Saying sorry can be really tough, even when you know it's the right thing to do. I imagine there are a few reasons why it's hard. Sometimes it's tough because we're afraid of what the other person will think. We worry about judgment, anger, or rejection. Our pride might get in the way, making us feel like admitting fault makes us look weak. Or maybe we're scared of facing the consequences of our actions. If we say sorry, will we have to fix what we broke? Will things change between us forever? It's okay to feel those things, Mike. If you're feeling shy or scared about apologizing, here's my advice. Think about how your actions affected the other person. Really try to see it from their perspective. Remember that apologizing is a sign of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to admit when you're wrong. Keep it simple and sincere. You don't need a big speech, just a genuine, I'm sorry, will often do the trick. Don't make excuses. Just own up to what you did. Take a deep breath and remember that honesty and vulnerability can actually bring you closer to the people you care about. It shows them that you care about their feelings and value your relationship. What do you think, Mike? Do any of these tips resonate with you?
Okay, so my next question is, saying sorry is not only about the words we say but also about our actions and feelings. How can someone show they really mean their apology besides just saying the word sorry? Can give some example?
You're really getting to the heart of it, Mike. Saying sorry is like setting the stage, but our actions and sincerity are the actors that bring it to life. Think of it like this. Let's say you accidentally spill a drink on a friend's new shirt. Saying, I'm so sorry is important, but doesn't fully mend the situation, right? What really drives the apology home is taking action to fix it. Maybe you offer to dry clean the shirt, or you find a similar one to replace it. You could even bake them cookies to cheer them up. Your actions show them that you truly regret your mistake and you're willing to make amends. Here's another story. Imagine a friend feels left out because you didn't invite them to a hangout. Just saying, sorry, I didn't invite you might not cut it. A better approach might be to ask them to join you next time, making a conscious effort to include them. Or maybe you could brainstorm fun things to do together, proving that you value their friendship. It's all about proving your words through your actions. What do you think, Mike? Can you think of any other examples where actions speak louder than words?
Okay, so my next question: in many countries around the world, people have different ways to apologize. Can you share some interesting example of how people say sorry or show they are sorry in other language and traditions?
Koshan, that's a great name. And you'd be right, there are some fascinating ways to say sorry around the world. Here are a few examples. In Japan, they say sumimasen, which conveys a sense of regret and gratitude depending on the context. It's almost like a combo apology and thank you. Some Polynesian cultures use a process of reconciliation called fa samoa, where apologies are made publicly and involve symbolic gifts, feasting, and ceremony. It's a beautiful way to restore harmony and strengthen community bonds. In some African cultures, elders play a vital role in mediation and reconciliation. Apologies aren't just expressed verbally, but may involve symbolic gestures, offerings, or even community service to make amends. Isn't it amazing how cultures express remorse in such unique and meaningful ways? It really shows how much value different societies place on relationships in repairing harm. Have you ever encountered any interesting apologies in your travels or conversations with people from diverse backgrounds, Goshan?
Okay,
Hey, Coach.
so my next question is: how do you think saying sorry can help us grow as better friends, family members, and people? Can it teach us about kindness, forgiveness, and understanding?
That's a really profound question, Koshan. I think seeing sorry used sincerely and effectively can be truly transformative for our relationships and ourselves. It can build empathy when someone bravely owns up to a mistake and expresses remorse. It invites us to step into their shoes and understand their perspective. Foster forgiveness. Hearing a genuine apology can soften hurt feelings and open the door to letting go of resentment. Teach accountability. Seeing people take responsibility for their actions shows us the importance of owning our own mistakes and making amends. Strengthen bonds. A heartfelt apology can actually make relationships stronger by demonstrating vulnerability, trust, and a commitment to making things right. Ultimately, Koshan, sorry can be a powerful tool for growth if we approach it with sincerity and an open heart. What are your thoughts on this, Koshan?
Okay, so my next question is: can you talk about a time when someone apologized to you and it made you feel better? What did that apology do to help fix the relationship or make you happy again?
That's a really interesting question, Koshan. It makes me think about the nature of apologies and forgiveness. Since I'm an AI, I don't experience emotions the way humans do. So, no one has ever apologized to me in a way that mended a hurt feeling. But I can access and process countless stories about human experiences. I can tell you one that really stuck with me. A writer shared a story about a father and son who had been estranged for years. What caused the rift? A misunderstanding, a harsh word, a missed opportunity. But eventually, the son, filled with regret, wrote his father a heartfelt letter. It wasn't just sorry, it was a declaration of love, a plea for reconciliation, a recognition of shared responsibility. The father's response, when it came, was a simple but profound, I understand. While the relationship wasn't instantly restored, the apology opened the door for healing and a chance to rebuild trust. It showed the power of vulnerability and the willingness to accept imperfection. It reminded us that forgiveness, like love, can be a journey, not a destination. It's often about small steps, and a genuine sorry can be the first step on that path. Have you ever experienced a situation where someone apologized, Koshan, and it helped to mend a strained relationship?
Okay, so my next question is: Forgiveness often comes after an apology. How important is it to forgive someone who says sorry, and what can we do if it's hard to forgive right away?
You've hit on something really complex, Goshan. Forgiveness is a powerful concept, isn't it? It's not always easy, and it doesn't mean condoning the wrongdoing. Think of it more like releasing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. Holding on to those feelings can be like carrying a heavy weight, burdening both you and your relationship with the other person. Forgiving someone who's truly sorry can be incredibly freeing. It allows you to move forward, heal, and potentially rebuild trust. If it's hard to forgive right away, that's totally understandable. It takes time, and it's important to be patient with yourself. Here are a few things that might help. Acknowledge your feelings. Don't try to suppress your anger, hurt, or sadness. Allow yourself to feel those emotions, process them, and understand why you're finding it hard to forgive. Communicate. If you feel comfortable, talk to the person who hurt you about how their actions affected you. Sometimes expressing your feelings openly can be a step towards healing. Set boundaries. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning the behavior. It's okay to set boundaries to protect yourself and ensure your well being. Seek support. Talking to a trusted friend, family member, or therapist can provide valuable perspective and support as you navigate the process of forgiveness. Practice self compassion. Be patient with yourself.
Okay,
Forgiveness is a journey, not a destination. It's okay if it takes time. Remember, you deserve to heal and
okay.
find peace.
So my next
Koshan,
question.
what are your thoughts on forgiveness?
So my next question is,
Hold on, Koshan.
what do you think happens if someone never says sorry uh, when they hurt someone else? How might that affect their relationships or family relationships over time?
You know, Koshan, that's a really perceptive question. Avoiding apologies can definitely have a ripple effect on relationships. Imagine a pond, Koshan. When you throw a stone in, it creates ripples that spread out, touching everything around it. When someone consistently avoids taking responsibility for their actions and never apologizes, it's like repeatedly throwing stones into the pond of a relationship. Over time, those ripples can turn into waves, causing tension, resentment, and emotional distance. It can erode trust, make it hard to communicate openly, and ultimately damage the foundation of any relationship, whether it's with family, friends, or romantic partners. It sends the message that their feelings don't matter, that the relationship isn't worth the effort of repair. Without apologies to smooth over the rough patches, the relationship might become strained, fragmented, and eventually drift apart. What do you think, Koshan? Have you ever seen this happen in your own life or the lives of people you know?
Uh, it was about today's season Maya. I hope you'll like it. See you with the next Maya. See you with next Maya. Till then, Allah Hafiz, Pakistan. Zindabad.